Good morning. It is Thursday, March the 3rd, and it is a beautiful rainy morning here in Mount Shasta. The rain is coming down very softly, very gently, but kind of promises us several days of maybe nice soaking rain and possibly some snow. So a very welcome sight indeed. A couple of weeks ago, I started back with my video blogging around the theme of a different kind of move. And wow, has it turned out to be a different kind of move. A lot of that is because Bill and I have really been intentional about not taking with us anything in our old habits, thought patterns, ways of working with the challenges of life that does not serve our deepest gifts, our talents, and the sharing of our soul's work. We're looking at that around the kind of home that we'll select to rent when we get to Arizona, but we're also looking at that in terms of our own inner work. The patterns that have sabotaged us, that have gotten in the way in the past, we're working with to bring into a more conscious level, to look at them, to see what other ways can come in to support our, if you want to call them, soul gifts. In honoring that, one of the things we decided to do was that this time, this move would be more my responsibility than Bill's. Bill has taken responsibility for many of our other moves in terms of doing all the logistics, doing the planning, setting up the appointments to get maintenance done on vehicles, just all of the details. And he handles that brilliantly. The difficulty is that for him, that can start taking up far too much of his waking time and eat into his sleep. Just as he's working out, okay, what's the best way to go about this, and what's the best route, and what's the, what has to be done when. So there was a sense that that was going to shift into my hands more this time, but we missed a piece. And that was around our motorhome, which we call Brago. Now, we've been just moving into that place of getting Brago ready to sell. We'd like to sell it up here, and we decided that no, it has really served its purpose in helping us move several years ago from a 3-bedroom rental home into this other kind of connective life in nature, and has also led us through a lot of growth and change. So it's really served us very well, but we were ready to let it go. Well, Bill had decided that he would go ahead and take care of the things that needed to be done around the motorhome, including getting it ready to take it on a trip up the highway to get some maintenance done, get some small repairs done, trying to get it in the best condition possible for the sale. And we just hadn't really noticed that that was going to keep him in that mental framework of dealing with these details that keeps on coming in the way of him focusing on his deepest work. Well, a couple days ago, I decided that I was going to go for a walk, and he decided that this was the day that he was going to move the motorhome to another part of the property and do some things that needed to be done to get it ready to go up to Yreka for its repairs. And we kind of, just decided that each one of us had our own tasks for the afternoon, and so I headed out. Well, I was driving back the small stretch of highway on my way home, and I got this text, and so I pulled off to the side to read it. And here it is. Oh my God, I did it. I backed Brago into the barn, and I think I totaled it. And so I take a deep breath and go, okay, let me clear all of the images that are coming into my mind, all of the projections about what it means, all of the assumptions, all of that. Let me be as clear and as open and as present as I possibly can be. Now, that wasn't the way I would have always responded to that. And I loved the fact that kind of automatic within me now, when I face that kind of a challenge, is okay, let me first get all of the mental chatter out of this so I can see clearly, so I can be fully in the situation. So I sent him back a quick text about where I was and that I was on my way home and I hang on. And then as I drove, I continued just to clear, okay, yeah, your body's responding in all kinds of ways. Come back, breathe, be clear. You have no idea what this means. You have no idea what's going on here. So I get home, and in his own way, I witnessed Bill responding to this in an entirely different way than he ever would before. Now, I'm not going to go into his process because that's his, and I don't want to invade his privacy. But I will tell you that it was just a more clear, more clean, intense, powerful experience for him. It took him in a direction that he 3 months ago, 6 months ago, would not have gone. And we got to walk through this experience in a different way. Me being able to be kind of fully present without making assumptions about what was needed or what had to happen next, and him just allowing himself to move with this energy that was going through and come fully through the process. When he was ready, we went out and we looked, and yeah, the roof line of the barn was just about 6 or 8 inches lower than the roof line of Brago, and so had cut in to the back and had broken through the fiberglass and all the way so that you could see the sunlight from inside. So yes, probably totaled. And yet, as we're looking at this, as we're moving around and getting pictures for the insurance claims and all of that, we're going, okay, what is this about? What is this about? How did this happen? Not in the, oh my God, how did, what happened? But okay, this is somehow in the service of the way in which we're doing this move. So can we look and see what that is? And we kept on looking, and what kept on coming visible was, if this had not happened, Bill would be looking at spending the next month fine-tuning, getting repairs done, putting ads in the paper, doing all of the coordination of people coming to look at it, going through all of the turmoil of, well, we don't want to pay that much for it. How much would you take? All of that stuff. And here, there'll be an insurance adjuster who will determine what they will pay out for our claim. And we'll work with that a little bit. But then Brago will move on. It's really interesting, as though that whole set of practical tasks was just pushed off of the playing field so that Bill would be free to focus more on his work. Both the inner work that he's been doing so beautifully and the outer work of his classes and his one-on-one sessions with people and his own video blog. So we came through this looking at it and going, oh, okay. So instead of a month's worth of work, this will probably all be pretty much concluded by the end of this week. I think I also wanted to share this with you because sometimes I think it sounds as though once you're aligned to your purpose and once you are kind of open to the nudges of guides and teachers and all of the inner dynamics, that things are going to just go smoothly. Everything's going to be fine, and there's not going to be any challenges, and life is going to be wonderful. And I really wanted to bring this in as just that reminder of, no, there are challenges in every life. We're each going to face our own moments of panic, shock, whatever, because things are going to happen in life. But there is that hope, there is that joy in knowing that as we go about seeing things in new ways, as we go about looking for new perspectives and letting go of old assumptions and old patterns and old ways of viewing things, that there really is that sense of, okay, this is happening for some reason. I can't see it at this moment. Help me to look calmly and clearly and see what this is trying to be. We each go through our dark night of the ego, probably several times in our lifetime. And as we go through that process, oftentimes the only way to help us move forward into a new way of being is to help the old one fall apart. So I leave you with those thoughts for today. And I'll keep you posted. This is indeed a wild ride. Thank you for being there, and I will talk to you soon.